Sorry if this is dark-ish. I completely forgot that I had to film today. I've just been doing a lot of stuff around and it's cloudy as heck. So, what you gonna do? No. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Hafeezat. I am a lifestyle and current events blogger, vlogger, YouTuber, Instagrammer, social media influencer, everything on this very here internet. And I am here to tell you about how I tried and failed to work out for the 4th time. If you're like me, you be scrolling on the timeline, you be seeing the people going to the beach and hiking and doing the at-home workouts and all of those things since quarantine has started back in March. And it was like a mad dash, you know, for some people. Prior to the pandemic, like starting, you know, I was on my grind at the gym. I was going consistently. You can see it in my past vlogs, like I was that girl. And I was really proud of myself for finally coming up with a schedule that worked for me in terms of going to the gym, spending time at the gym, gaining more and more, you know, muscle here and there. You know, I wasn't a weakling. I'm a weakling now, but I wasn't as much of a weakling during that time. And then COVID happened and I was like, well, great. And we all thought initially, oh my God, everything's online, we're all inside, things are gonna be easier. But my anxiety and depression said otherwise, and I failed. I was so lazy when my spring semester was continuing. I was so lazy, so tired. All I wanted to do was lay in bed, show my face for Zoom, turn it off, do my work for my internships, and that's it. I just literally wanted to make my money and sleep. Like, I did not want to do anything else. And if I did do anything else, most of the time it was just cooking or me just eating food. Like, nowhere in my mind was I truly motivated to want to work out for the sake of working out. Instead, I probably wanted to work out in order to probably just continue to keep up the facade of productivity and all of those things, but it did not work out. The funny thing is, like, the reason why I said it was a mad dash initially was because I initially wanted to do home workouts. I wanted to get an at-home gym and everything like that. You know, I got a yoga mat, I got the fitness bands, I wanted to get free weights, but free weights were sold out every single month since March that I've checked for free weights at Target, Dick's, all of those places. Dick's Sporting's Good before anybody says anything. All the free weights were sold out. They were gone. You know, I just recently saw free weights a couple weeks ago at Marshall's back in my town, and I was like, finally, at least there's something here. But they don't sell them on their website as far as I know. I couldn't find anything. So I was just like, well, damn. All of a sudden, everybody became a fitness guru in a month. And I think part of the reason why is because we've been seeing all of this rhetoric and this toxic positivity around the idea of, well, we're inside now, everything's online now, so if you're not using your time productively and if you're not trying to become a better version of yourself right now, then you're using your time wrong. And a lot of people saw that and took that seriously and felt somewhat threatened by it and felt like, okay, if I don't continue to do what I've been doing since before quarantine, then I'm failing. But we're in a pandemic. You know, like it's not as simple as just picking up from where we left off when we were able to do who knows what without the masks and without the social distancing procedures and everything like that. This is completely unprecedented times. And yes, everybody has said this is unprecedented times. I've said this myself so many times. It is a fact though. And it still continues to remain to be a fact. We are in times that we have never ever seen before. So the last thing I hope people would expect from us is to pretend as if everything is normal, because not everything is normal. But there are some people who are trying to act as if everything is normal, and that's where they lost me. So you guys have seen in my past vlogs over the summer, I did resets and everything like that. I did yoga, I tried doing at-home workouts. I have footage from the summer of me trying to do a workout video because people ask me like, how are you staying active and everything like that, and I wanted to film that for you guys. But I never put those things up because I was never consistent. I literally tried the Chloe Ting challenge like 4 or 5 times. Fell off each time. I did a burpee challenge with some folks on Twitter a couple months ago. I fell off of that as well. I bought like a guide for like $5 of different workouts that I could do at home. I fell off of that. And
are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
As I continue to gain weight, because I am 30 pounds heavier than what I used to be before I started school, and it's something that I've been navigating recently for the past 2 to 3 months or so, because it just got a lot, I don't want to say worse, because weight gain isn't bad. Weight gain is not bad, and especially in the middle of a pandemic, if you're gaining weight, like, allow yourself to gain that weight. Like, don't feel bad about it. But it was something that I wasn't used to. And when I first started seeing the stretch marks a bit more and like the little pudge on my stomach and everything like that, I got very discouraged. I was like, oh my God, Hafeezat, you're letting yourself go. You never looked like this before and everything like that. I wanted the summer body and all that stuff. So I really tried to push myself to get the ideal body image that I wanted, but nothing was working. I still wanted to eat all I wanted to eat. I still wanted to lay down. I didn't want to go on runs. I didn't want to go on walks. I just wanted to be by myself in my sadness in my room watching YouTube. That's all I wanted to do. So that's where I was. And I was really, really down and hard on myself because of it, especially because, my friends and my boyfriend, they were still being fairly active. They were still doing the things that they were doing. So it was just like, okay, Hafeezat, why can't you do this? But also, it wasn't like all my responsibilities went away. I still had to, go to class up until May. I still had a pretty extensive internship, not only through May, but then after May as well. I had 2 internships. I've had 2 internships since January. And I'm busy, I'm tired. At the end of work day, the last thing I want to do is say, hey, let me go outside and go for a run. I don't want to do that. I want to unwind. And for some people, unwinding looks like working out. But for me, unwinding is not working out. Unwinding is eating gelato and sitting on my couch watching YouTube videos. And I did that every week. So that's why I'm where I am right now. And it didn't help that the gym in my building closed, because if the building gym stayed open and they maybe tried to do certain procedures for like COVID or whatnot, I probably would have gone. I honestly would have gone because I liked my gym. And that was the gym that I was continuing to pick up my stuff. But because they closed down, we couldn't do anything about it. And there were no other gyms that were open. And the thing for me is, like, I crave accountability. I am not really good at holding myself accountable. And that's something that I'm working on. But if you're gonna give me a home workout and tell me to do it, like, I might do it the first couple of days. But because I know that I have control over it, if I say I don't want to, I won't. So, yeah. It's been a daily struggle. Since then, I have been working towards being a bit kinder with myself in this weight gain that I've received, all the stretch marks and having to change my clothes, not fitting into some clothes. I swear I have been fighting myself back and forth with, sis, you're cool, and sis, you're not cool, you need to get back on it. Like, I remember I bought a dress from Nasty Gal and it looked so nice on the model or whatever, and I got a size 8 because I went from like a 4 to an 8 now, and some of my pants are even like 8 or 10, and I'm typically used to like wearing like 2, 4, 6 depending on like the brand or whatever. So this is a complete shift for me. And I bought this dress and I got it in an 8 because it was an 8, and I tried it on and I hated how it looked on me. My belly was just sticking out. Like, I started sobbing. I started sobbing. I wanted to rip it off me. I did not like it. And thankfully my boyfriend was there when I was trying it on, because if he wasn't there, then I don't think I would have done anything. That's not what I'm trying to say. I think I just probably would have been super duper sad, and I probably would have ran to him anyways and be like, hey, console me, because I'm a mess. It was a very low point for me in this journey of accepting this new normal and everything like that, because like I said, like I've never been this way before. Like you can see countless pictures of me back when I was younger. Like my face is very much slimmer. Like my body was thin to the point that like back in like middle school, like people would do that whole thing with like the wrist and like to see how thick. And even then, like it was like, oh, why are you so thin? Why don't you have meat on your bones? So it's like you can't fucking win. Excuse my language, but you can't win. You can't win. It's either you're too thin or like you're too big. Like there's no in between. And I think people really need to start realizing that no matter where you are in your body journey, people are not going to be satisfied. People are not going to be satisfied. So at the end of the day, you have to be satisfied with yourself. That's the most important thing, that you're satisfied with yourself. Because if you're not satisfied with yourself, then you're going to feed into what people say about you, and that's going to make your insecurities more strong, and like you don't need that. Like that's the last thing that you need. That was this summer, and then you know I kind of fell into a hole of, okay, I can no longer be feminine or whatever like that. It was really hard, and I started buying a bit more baggier clothes. Like you see, like I'm wearing this t-shirt right now. It's a large t-shirt. Oh, let me show you the back because it's really cute. But oh, can you see it? Ooh. Ooh. Hold on, there we go. I'm gonna put the person who made it in the description box just because she's a small owned black brand. She's real cute. Her name's Maria, and it's by Could Be Maria, and I really like it. And I have another t-shirt by her, which I can show you right here. But basically, I've been buying more baggy clothes. I've been buying more loose fitting like dresses, because initially that I did say, like, you know, I don't think I could be feminine anymore, but then I realized, you know, no, you can, you definitely can. Just because you are not necessarily comfortable with how, like, you know, your fat sits on you doesn't mean that there are things that can help, you know, make you look flattering still. So, you know, I bought more baggy stuff. I took a couple of my boyfriend's old shorts, and I love basketball shorts now. Like, they're my favorite thing right now in clothing. Like I really love basketball shorts. So like basketball shorts and a t-shirt, like that's pretty much what I've been wearing for the most part during this quarantine. And I've just been adapting. Slowly but surely I've been adapting, because every other day when I try to wear something that I haven't worn in maybe like 6 months or so, like some of my like more fall stuff, I find out that it doesn't fit anymore. Whether it doesn't fit in the arms anymore because I've gained weight in my arms too, like they've expanded a bit, or they don't cover my belly anymore. I initially probably would have like cried at the fact that like, oh my god, my favorite pants don't fit me anymore, because my favorite mom jeans don't fit me anymore. So I had to go sell those. So I sold those on Depop. And that made me so sad. But now I'm just like, oh, you know, doesn't fit me anymore? Okay, put it on Depop, get your money's worth, get some money back, and you can buy something new to replace it. And that's the mindset that I've been working with now. And honestly, I think it's been a lot more positive for me to like have that change in outlook, because I'm not helpless. There are things that I can do in order to adapt to how my body currently looks, and doing things that I like, not punishing myself for how I look, is very important to me right now. And finding pieces that I probably wouldn't even worn when I was a bit thinner, that I'm wearing now, has really been such a fun thing to navigate, like the baggy t-shirts and the basketball shorts. Like I never would have worn that if I was a bit thinner, but now, you know, I got a bit more meat on my thighs. I got a bit more meat everywhere, so I'm wearing these now and I like how I look. Like I feel like I look like a cute little athleisure basketball girl types. I don't know, and that's another thing. Like I'm really learning how to not confine myself into one type of clothing style, like one genre. Like I will wear literally like cottagecore-esque dresses one day, and then I'll show up in t-shirt, basketball shorts the next day with some sneakers, and then the other day like I'll be wearing like my Adidas joggers and like a fitted t-shirt. Like it varies, and being a bit more liberal with how I dress has been very fun to do as well. So I've definitely come to terms with the fact that, okay, yeah, this is how I look now, you know, this is my weight now. I'm still not 100% happy with it. I would love for my stomach to go in a little bit more, and maybe that's just a matter of me doing ab workouts, because I'm kind of fine with everywhere else, but I do want to do some more upper body stuff. But I just don't have the motivation to do that right now, especially being in school, working the jobs that I work, having to be an RA, all of these other things that I have under my belt. There's just no time for me to really put towards, you know, working out, that I would do it for the sake of working out and not because it feels like an obligation or a chore. Because that's the thing. People will say, well, you know, it's only 10 minutes a day, it's only 15 minutes a day. And I'm like, yes, I get that, but it's going to feel like 10 to 15 minutes worth of a chore. And I already have chores that I have to do, and I don't want to add any more chores if I have the power to choose that for myself. So that's where I am now. So what I'll say as like a bit of a closure about that is that it's okay if you've fallen off the wagon a couple of times if you're trying to work out while you're at home right now. It's okay to stop and to maybe want to try it a bit later. Like that's completely fine. It's also okay to continue to try, and maybe you'll find that one, you'll find your rhythm and you'll stick with it and you'll love the results. But if you don't find that rhythm, be kind to yourself, because we're in such a time that, you know, everything is changing every single day, and it's best to do things that prioritize your well-being and your mental health before anything else. Don't do things for the sake of doing them. Do things for the sake of doing things that make you happy. Do things that make you feel better about yourself. Do things that are not going to make you shame yourself or doubt yourself or anything like that, because that's the last thing that anybody needs right now during these times. We need to be kinder with ourselves. We need to be more patient with ourselves. And that's what I'm learning every single day. I'm not perfect 100%, but I can confidently say that I am working towards it every single day with myself. And yes, I have lows. I have extreme lows some days. Some days I will literally just cry and be like, I hate how I look, if I just look at myself weirdly one day in the mirror. But other days, like especially like when I get new hair, I'll look in my mirror and be like, yes, I am that girl. I look so cute. And I'll just be like taking photos and selfies and everything like that. So it varies, and it's gonna continue to vary. But what we're looking for is at least somewhat of a consistency in, like, you know, how your outlook is with how you view yourself. And soon, hopefully, you come to terms and are okay with how you look and how you feel you present to others. So yeah, I tried working out for 6 weeks. Again, it did not work out again, but here we are, and I'm okay with that. And I'm probably gonna try again in a couple of months, and it might not work out again in a couple of months, but it might. We will see. All right, so that's all that I have for today. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share for anybody who needs to hear this, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.